Hello and welcome. You're watching Rajya Sabha News. I'm Tina Jha. Let's begin with the headlines. Rajya Sabha passes Factoring Regulation Amendment Bill 2021. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says the bill increases the number of NBFCs available to MSMEs from 7 to 9,000. Rajya Sabha takes up question hour. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar informs members that the partnership with the US is dictated by India's interests. And despite being prevented from being raised in the upper house due to disruptions, special mentions and important matters for 0 hour to now be part of bulletin published by the Secretariat. Due to continuous disruptions of the House proceedings by opposition parties, important 0 hour and special mentions are not being raised in the House. In view of this, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu has permitted special mentions and other important matters for 0 hour to be part of the bulletin published by the Rajya Sabha Secretariat. Parliamentary Bulletin Part 1 is issued every day during the session period. It contains a brief record of the items taken up by the Rajya Sabha. It also includes a mention of questions orally answered, papers laid on the table, subject of special mention, calling attention motions, and also the names of speakers, the bills taken up for introduction, consideration, passing, and return. Talking about the legislative business, the Rajya Sabha today passed the Factoring Regulation Amendment Bill 2021. Moving the bill for consideration and passing, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said it will help the MSMEs of the country. She further said the bill will increase the number of NBFCs available to MSMEs from 7 to 9,000.
Factoring Regulation Amendment Bill is a very important bill which will benefit the MSMEs of this country, because constantly there is a difficulty expressed by the MSMEs that their receivables are getting delayed in their being honored. As a result, if there is a provision for selling the receivables to a third party, and if the third party is able to make an immediate availability of funds, they shall be able to have their business move smoothly. So, there are several such advantages in factoring: prompt payment for the seller, it ensures smoother working capital cycle for the seller, healthier cash flow for the MSMEs, and so on. So, it is important that we keep in mind that the UK Sinha Committee had recommended many of these suggestions, post which we had brought this bill in September 2020. It was referred to a standing committee in September 24th September 20, it was referred to a standing committee, and after the detailed examination, the standing committee came up with its report on 3rd February. That report had one legislative suggestion and about 8 different non-legislative suggestions, all of which have been accepted by the government. I would like to inform the honourable member that by the way in which this act has been worked out, presently where there are only 7 NBFCs which can extend this factoring benefit for MSMEs, just 7, we now, by doing this amendment to the act, will bring in 9,000 NBFCs, all of whom can reach the MSMEs. So, if in this country, like the honourable member said, the contribution of MSMEs to the GDP is very high. They nearly contribute 40% of all exports also of this country in the manufacturing sector. Now, if they are able to access NBFCs who can perform as factoring third parties as well, And where in the place of 7, now this act will bring in 9,000. You can imagine the number of MSMEs which can directly benefit because of this and directly have the benefit of having their bills, receivables, being given to the third party and getting more liquidity for easy operation. So, other than that one member's concern, I also recognize Honorable Member Kambidurai ji, who also said several aspects which are beneficial for MSMEs. I recognize the comments that he's made. So, with this brief into reply, I would appeal to all the members to support this bill, because even as the economy is reviving, MSMEs having more access for liquidity, more access for working capital, having the opportunity to be able to sell their receivables and have a third party giving them greater liquid assets, liquid cash, will make the whole difference for the NBFC, for the MSME.
Sir, you know very well, MSE is the very, very important sector in the economy. MSE is facing lot of problems, getting finance and also marketing the product. That is the very important. Because of big industries, when they are competing, the small industries are financing a problem. But this government, Honorable Prime Minister, has come forward to help this industry with bringing lot of schemes. Will appreciate that, especially in that sector. Now, the purpose of the act was to address the problems of delay in payment and liquidity faced by all enterprises, including micro, small and medium industries. However, even after this act, these enterprises continue to face delay in payment even the bills or supplies made to various buyers and consumers. Therefore, knowing that the government has taken a strong step to how to solve the problem of the MSME, I appreciate the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has taken a lot of efforts to save this industry and also giving lot of finance to the industry group also. Is the man really took so much effort to see that the finance is given to the industry finally and I said it.
Chairman sir, we support the bill moved by the Honorable Finance Minister as far as the factoring aspect which has gone through the standing committee and with various suggestions. The government has come forward with the bill. We support it. But what really worries me, the fact is the bill should have been more comprehensive, benefiting the MSMEs in the country. As India realizes the fact that MSME's contribution to the nation, in the form of GDP, in the form of employment, especially in the rural India, which is so important to the growth of our economy. But what worried me and what worries me is these piecemeal bills which are coming into the House would not really benefit the MSMEs in the true spirit. My only suggestion to the Honorable Minister is there are a lot of statutory compliances which the MSME is facing today. Many industries are closing down, but the statutory compliances still continue.
Amid protests by opposition parties, Rajya Sabha took up the question hour. In a reply to a question, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said member countries of the Quad grouping will cooperate on regional as well as global issues. Also, on a related note, he informed the House that Indian interests are the basis of the relationship with the United States of America.
चीन की जो आक्रामकता है उसको रोकने के लिए क्या अमेरिका से आप सहायता लेंगे? अगर उसका ब्यौरा है आपके पास तो क्या है?
Sir, through you, I would like to inform the honourable member that we have a strong defence and security cooperation with the United States. We have policy exchanges we conduct exercises, especially maritime exercises, and India, the government of India will always do whatever is necessary to ensure that India's security is adequately protected.
I would like to ask the minister, what steps and what strategy does India envisage in cooperation with other countries to ensure that Afghanistan does not become another terrorist haven like it did many years ago and for which India also suffered? Thank you.
We had a very detailed discussion on Afghanistan. I articulated our position at a press conference that I jointly held with the visiting Secretary of State. We were very clear that there must be a negotiated political settlement in Afghanistan, that there cannot be a military solution, there cannot be a takeover by use of force, that we will work with the international community to ensure that negotiations, political negotiations for a settlement are pursued seriously, and we would never accept any outcome which is decided by force. And I think there was a very strong convergence in our positions, India and the United States, on this matter.
कोविड के आहत के बाद, कोविड-19 के बाद यह और भी संवेदनशील विषय हो गया माइग्रेंट लेबर का। तो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व में स्वयं प्रधानमंत्री इस मामले में काफ़ी रुचि लेकर आगामी कार्य योजना कैसे हो इस पर स्वयं चिंतित है और उस पर मंत्रालय काम कर रहा है। तो माइग्रेशन लेबर, खास करके ट्राइबल माइग्रेशन को कैसे रोका जाए, एक विषय ये है। और दूसरा उसके साथ साथ जो माइग्रेटेड लेबर है उनको कैसे सुरक्षा प्रदान किया जाए। इसके साथ साथ ही माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, आपके माध्यम से मैं माननीय सदस्य को ये बताना चाहूँगा, जो पूर्वक उन्होंने पूछा है कि ट्राइबल के जो स्टेटस के मामले में आसाम में जो बहुत वर्षों से वहाँ रह रहे, ये मंत्रालय के सूचना में है और मंत्रालय इस पर काम कर रहा है। यह चूँकि बिल्कुल अलग सब्जेक्ट है स्टेटस का, इसलिए इस पर प्रोसेस अलग से चल रहा है।
क्या भारत का विभिन्न राज्य से आसाम में काम करने के लिए बेसिकली जो आदिवासी से शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब्स है उन लोग आसाम माइग्रेट किया था। ये माइग्रेट करने वाला जो लेबर से इन लोग को जो ट्राइबल स्टेटस है, एससी स्टेटस है, उसको बाद में काटा गया। अभी हम लोग मांग कर रहे हैं स्टेटस दे, लेकिन अभी तक हुआ नहीं। लेकिन मंत्री जी से पूछना चाहता हूँ, जो स्कीम्स माननीय मंत्री जी ने बताया, बहुत स्कीम्स बताए, उनको मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। क्या हम लोग का मोदी जी का गवर्नमेंट ने आदिवासी शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब्स के लिए बहुत सारे ऐसे स्कीम्स लिए। मैं उनसे जानना चाहता हूँ, क्या जो बेनिफिट डिक्लेयर किया गया ये चाय बागानों में काम करने वाला और माइग्रेटेड लेबर को मिलेगा या नहीं?
कोविड के आहत के बाद, कोविड-19 के बाद यह और भी संवेदनशील विषय हो गया माइग्रेंट लेबर का। तो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व में स्वयं प्रधानमंत्री इस मामले में काफ़ी रुचि लेकर आगामी कार्य योजना कैसे हो इस पर स्वयं चिंतित है और उस पर मंत्रालय काम कर रहा है। तो माइग्रेशन लेबर, खास करके ट्राइबल माइग्रेशन को कैसे रोका जाए, एक विषय ये है। और दूसरा उसके साथ साथ जो माइग्रेटेड लेबर है उनको कैसे सुरक्षा प्रदान किया जाए। इसके साथ साथ ही माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, आपके माध्यम से मैं माननीय सदस्य को ये बताना चाहूँगा, जो पूर्वक उन्होंने पूछा है कि ट्राइबल के जो स्टेटस के मामले में आसाम में जो बहुत वर्षों से वहाँ रह रहे, ये मंत्रालय के सूचना में है और मंत्रालय इस पर काम कर रहा है। यह चूँकि बिल्कुल अलग सब्जेक्ट है स्टेटस का, इसलिए इस पर प्रोसेस अलग से चल रहा है।
That whether the honorable minister is proposed to increase the budget allocation on the demands of the state so that the production, marketing and export is promoted in the state level by proper budget allocation.
जरूर इसमें प्रयत्न होगा, क्योंकि जिस तरह से आप देख रहे हैं कि कई सारी योजनाएं हैं कि जो केंद्र से आती है लेकिन स्टेट उनको एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं। हमारे जो साथी मित्र बने हैं, जो खड़े हैं, उन्हीं के स्टेट में ये सब नहीं हो रहा है इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, लेकिन स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का भी काफ़ी सपोर्ट है और उन्होंने काफ़ी ये बजट के लिए केंद्र सरकार की सभी योजनाओं को सपोर्ट किया। थैंक यू।
Sir, that the mission portion announced in the budget 21-22 is an integrated nutrition support program, sir. The main objective of this portion program is to strengthen nutritional content, delivery outreach and outcome with focus on developing practice that nurture health, wellness and immunity to disease and malnutrition, sir. I would like to kindly ask the Minister, sir, that after COVID-19, it is very unfortunate, sir, that pregnant women, lactating women and children are suffering from quality food, sir. Is there any idea that the government, sir, is having to improve healthy food system, especially after COVID, to these type of patients from the portion, sir? And also I would like to say that, sir, 35% only drinking water pipe system is there. Rest I kindly request the respected minister to take care for the children in Anganwadi.
Sir, I'm grateful for the honourable member's concern with regards to pregnant, lactating mothers in the country as well as the nutritional status of our children. I would particularly, since he has expressed concern during the pandemic about the status of women, would like to bring to his attention that the Honourable Prime Minister wanted to ensure that institutional delivery of pregnant women is assured under his leadership. Under his leadership, sir, over 6,000 crore rupees has been directly transferred to the bank accounts of over 2 crore 20 lakh pregnant women in our country so that institutional deliveries can be ensured. Additionally, since the pandemic brought about new challenges administratively, the ministry launched in March a portion tracker wherein digitally we could trace every Anganwadi and beneficiaries. Today I am happy, sir, through you to inform the Honourable Minister that we have doorstep delivery of take-home ration, be it one-cook meal and other support systems to be delivered by the Anganwadi workers. We today digitally map these beneficiaries and the services to be allocated to them in over 13.5 lakh Anganwadis across the country.
The upper house could not take up zero hour due to continuous protests by opposition parties. As soon as Chairman Naidu announced the commencement of zero hour, members from different opposition parties like the Congress, the Trinamool Congress, Samajwadi Party, DMK, Aam Aadmi Party and the RJD demanded discussion on various issues on which the chairman had rejected their notices under Rule 267. The chairman adjourned Rajya Sabha till 12 noon due to unrelenting protests by members of the opposition parties.
Indeed. What is all this? What is happening? There cannot be point of order in disorder. You know that. So raise. You might have seen. You might say, you go to your place. Don't force the house. You might have seen the observation made by the Honorable Supreme Court also. I don't want to discuss on that. This is what is happening. So the House is adjourned to meet at 12 a.m.
Earlier in the day, various members laid papers on the table of the House. Some standing committee reports were also laid, including action taken reports.
Respected Chairman, sir, with your permission, on behalf of my colleagues Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, Srimati Darshana Vikram Jardosh ji and Dr. Munjapara Mahendra Bhai ji, I lay on the table of the House the papers listed against their names from serial numbers 1 to 3 in today's revised list of business.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, आपकी अनुमति से मैं आज की संशोधित कार्य संचालन सूची पर अपने नाम के सामने उल्लिखित विषय उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्र विकास मंत्रालय से संबंधित अनुदान की मांगों 2021-22 के बारे में गृह कार्य संबंधित स्थायी समिति के 232वें प्रतिवेदन में अंतर्विष्ट सिफारिशों समितियों के कार्यान्वयन की स्थिति सभा पटल पर रखता हूँ।
So that's it from us in this bulletin. Thank you for your time.